What is clearly a myth but is deep-rooted in our society. This is in India. If you pass out, faint. Rub the person's feet to wake them up. TV serials taught the population this trick. Now people do this for all passing out, including drownings, heart attacks, and other serious ailments. There used to be a thing in Korea about fan death. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/fan_death. A belief that a running fan would eventually deprive a room of oxygen and could kill the occupants if they left it running too long. Apparently the belief was prevalent enough that all fans sold there were usually equipped with a safety auto shut-off timer mechanism. Kind of like clothes, steam irons. That OCD is liking things to be extremely neat, tidy or organized. The amount of myths, clever marketing and bro science in the health and nutrition world is honestly too much to even list here. The widespread belief that people are sabotaging Halloween candy with needles and razors. Despite there being only one documented case in the U.S. ever. Also, that people are lacing the kids' candy with drugs. Drugs are expensive. Nobody is going to waste their stash on random kids. A cop has to tell you they are a cop if you ask. Not encouraging criminals here. But if you are up to some shady shit and think someone might be a cop, shut up and leave, go about your shady business later somewhere else. What song lyrics is instantly recognizable? Who let the dogs out? And I would walk 500 miles. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. I'll tell you what isn't instantly recognizable. Stop. In the name of love? Collaborate and listen? Or is it hammer time? Hello darkness my old friend. Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. What did you not understand until you experienced it? Severe grief. I have had people close to me die before, but I never understood it as everybody dies, and while it's sad, you can still function. It wasn't until my youngest brother took his own life. It was like my heart was ripped out of my chest and I was a zombie going through life not feeling anything other than overwhelming sadness. Anxiety, panic attacks, and how absolutely debilitating they can be. You never know what other people may be going through. Be gentle with each other, people. Migraines. I had always had sinus headaches and I thought I knew what headaches were like. A migraine is fucking death. Mental health issues. I never understood why some people don't leave their abusive partners until I found myself in one of those relationships. It's been 2 years already since I left and I still have trust issues. The absolute helpless of watching someone you love go through a terminal illness and feeling so utterly helpless. Which animal gets undeserved hate? Hyenas, partially because a whole generation grew up watching them help kill Mufasa lol. Legless lizards. Some people mistake them for snakes. And it generally ends poorly for the animal. Sharks. They're not as bad as people make them seem. Especially compared to dolphins, who are cold-blooded killers who people seem to love. Plus, have you seen a salmon shark? Adorable. Frogs. Hate mosquitoes? Then stop killing the fucking frogs. Spiders. I'm not a spider killer. But I understand that some people have a phobia towards them. Here's an interesting tale. A few years ago I traveled to Shanghai for a lacrosse tournament. It was my first time going there. Late spring, early summer in Shanghai is unbearably hot and humid. In Shanghai they have a problem with cockroaches. American cockroaches are massive and an invasive species there. Pair that with the dense living conditions and the hot and humid climate, and you get some pretty scary cockroach situations. 3-inch long cockroaches are a regular occurrence. They're routinely the size of beetles. Some can fly and make this horrendous buzzing noise. When they do fly, they fly directly toward your face, seemingly knowing that that would freak you out. I learned from some local friends that a widespread solution to these cockroaches is spiders. Huntsman spiders, to be specific. They're huge, about the size of your palm, so they can't really sneak up on you. They generally fear humans, so they would hide away and you won't see them often. They don't make webs, so you don't have to worry about cleaning up. Just good pals in general. Families in Shanghai consider it a blessing should a huntsman spider chooses to live with them. For those who aren't as lucky, they buy spiders online. Huntsman spiders, in little plastic containers with breathing holes, delivered to your doorstep. No longer will you have to worry about cockroaches in your kitchen. I've been really intrigued by the idea of letting a huntsman spider freely roam my house since. But I don't have a wild cockroach problem, so I haven't followed through. Not geese. What did you learn at great personal cost? When a hospital says that a loved one will die soon, they might talk about less than 2 hours. Never make someone a priority in your life if they're making you an option in theirs. Some people can't be reformed and it's better to just cut them loose from your life. Even if you work your hardest, do everything right, and are a great employee, you may still be seen as expendable. The house always wins. Sometimes, the people you love the most just won't love you in return. What scary fact you know keeps you up at night? How many hours it is until I have to be up for work? One time, I fell asleep and didn't wake up for 7 weeks. The day I came out of it I had 27 seizures in 24 hours. I don't like falling asleep or. Somewhere out there is the worst doctor, and someone has an appointment with him tomorrow. That I might not wake up. Nothing about me in general. But we can all just randomly die in our sleep at any moment. Maybe I'm the asshole. My neighbor raped and tortured several women around my age. He was only just recently paroled. It was a big deal. Many people came out in attempt to keep him in jail. But he got compassionate release. He's probably too frail to do anything, but it's still terrifying. Saying, "Rise up lights," quickly sounds like an Australian accent saying, "razor blades." What others do you know? Say, "beerkin," with a British accent. You just said, "bacon," with a Jamaican accent. Lies up in. Laser pen. Sea gazelle asterisk in a French accent. Sick as hell. Khakis is what a person from Boston needs to drive their car. Whale oil beef hooked. That's what a surprised Irish person might say. Apparently, the Scottish are completely unable to say, "purple burglar alarm." https www.youtube.com/watch v=ac___01UXDL8. Who did history depict as a hero but is actually a villain? General Custer was, all things considered, a bit of a twat. Thomas Edison. Rob Roy. He wasn't a Scottish freedom fighter. He was a cattle rustler who ran a protection racket against poor farmers and ranchers. Pablo Escobar seems to be a hero for a lot of people, but he was a terrorist for the most part. Jerry, Tom and Jerry. More so in sports history. But boxer Max Baer was portrayed in the film Cinderella Man as a bloodthirsty lunatic who joyfully murdered 2 fighters in the ring. In truth, these deaths had a profound impact on him. He ended up handing his earnings from his next few battles to the fighter's family in the one he was most directly responsible for.
Subscribe, my brothers.